All right, welcome into the High Noon Show here at RadioMisfits.com. We do the show every day. And a little bit late today. You probably tell a couple of minutes late. There's Stevie is in there. Dustin is in there. Hi, Dustin. Hi, Stevie. A little bit late today. My desk that I do this show on, that I bang on. See, I can't bang on the desk because I broke the desk last night while rocking out to a John Hinckley song. And I was trying to fix it. I think I got it rigged so that it should be okay. If not, everything will come collapsing down, and woo, won't that be fun? All right, let's knock very gingerly on wood that doesn't happen. All right, welcome to the High Noon Show. Here's what we do each and every day, Monday through Friday at high noon. We get together and we talk about all the things that are happening in the world. That didn't sound good. I need like a special wrench, because it can't just be a normal screw. Can't just be like I got a screwdriver. Can't just be. I don't know. We do the show each and every day, Monday through Friday. What we do is we run through all the headlines, hot topics, current events, pop culture, trends, whatever it is that's happening in the world that people are talking about. We try and give it to you right here in about 2 hours in your afternoon. Here's how it works. First, we run down what today is all about. We give you some history that happened on this day. We celebrate some birthdays. We mourn some passings that occurred on this day. Then we get into the topics, and it's, all right, here, this is trending. People are talking about this. I tell you what it is. I then give you my little take on it, and then we move on. Next topic, and we do that until the show is done. Now, usually that lasts around a couple of hours, maybe a little bit more. We'll just have to see how it goes. It's just kind of busy day it is. All right. Also, this show runs on your gratuities and your tips. Down there at the bottom of the screen, you will see any number of ways that you can contribute to the show. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal's kind of difficult, but hey, you know what? I'm not going to be beggy and choosy. I can't do that. So whatever way you find that is easiest for you to help continue this show going, I would greatly appreciate that, as we do 2 shows a day. This one here at high noon, which is topics. Then we come back and we do another show at 9 p.m. called Pillow Talk. That's more me and James Parker. It's Pugs and Parker proudly present Pillow Talk. That's more conversational. On Mondays, it's Pugs and Kelly starring James Parker doing Pillow Talk, but that's only on Mondays. Although I don't know. Kelly's getting kind of chatty. She might be popping in more and more. That's fine by me. It's always good to have my former radio partner on board. But James is a little territorial, so we'll have to see how that goes. I'm kidding. James loves her. Anyway, so that's how we do it here. 2 shows, both of them streaming. If you want to find past shows, you can go to pugscast.com. That'll take you directly to the YouTube page. You can find any number of them. I've been doing this now for about 9 months, at least, I think. I don't know. We're well over 300 shows, which, I didn't think we'd get to. Actually, I did know that we'd get to. Didn't think we'd get to that? Ed, the guy who runs Radio Misfits. He's a genius in the pod. He's a genius in the compute. He's a genius in the whole dig area. He's helped out immensely with making this possible. Well, you know what? Immensely is the wrong word. He has helped out entirely. Wait, maybe not entirely, because you people with your generous donations and tips that keep this show going, you've also helped up to the degree that I am able to do this every day. And I thank you for that. And I thank Ed for that. And I'm just thankful. Look at me. All right, let's get into what today is. It is high noon, 5:10. That's right. It's May the 10th. May the 10th is the 130th day of the year. There are 235 days remaining until the end of the year. We like to start each and every show by gazing at the National Day of calendar, just to find out exactly what it is about today that we're supposed to be commemorating. Why is today so important? What does, special... These are always stupid. These are never good. These are always dumb. Like this one, May 10th. It's National Clean Up Your Room Day. Got to be honest, I got my kid this week, and the place is holding together well. I don't have to clean up my room today. How about you? How about your pigsty? Get in there and clean up your room. It's National Clean Up Your Room Day. It's also National Lipid Day. That is being spelled Lipid. I have no idea what lipid is. Let me see. Let's see if we can figure out what a lipid is. Do you smart people know what a lipid is? National Lipid Day. on May 10th each year brings awareness to dyslipidemia. Oh no. Is this like a disease? Dyslipidemia is an abnormal amount of lipids, e.g. cholesterol and or fat in the blood. Okay. All right. It's lipid day. I don't want to go any further on that. It's National Shrimp Day. Shrimp are low in cholesterol, right? Right? Seafood, that's good. I love seafood. All right, seafood draft. All right, let's do it. Seafood draft. In the first round of the seafood draft, I will be selecting lobster. That's right. Oh, that ain't good. Lobster. There we are. Lobster. In the second round of the seafood draft, what are scallops? Are scallops seafood? Let's call it seafood. Scallops. Buttered scallops. Oh, I love garlic and buttered scallops. In the third round of the seafood draft, we're going to go with shrimp. It's National Shrimp Day. Why not? In the fourth round of the seafood draft, we are going to go with crab, I guess. Crab. There you go. We'll go with crab. And in the fifth round, we always do 5-round drafts. In the seafood draft, I don't know. What else? Like when you go to a fancy place and they bring out one of them seafood, what else? What else is there? Crab, lobster. I'm not even sure about scallops. This draft has been a train wreck. Yes, it has. That concludes our seafood draft. 4 rounds. Not enough talent. Not enough talent. So swordfish is a seafood? Isn't that a fish? Isn't there some distinction that we make between fish and seafood? Don't seafood. All right, never mind. We're not going to get bogged down on this because trust me, there are a lot of things that got me fuming today. We're going to have to get into those. May 10th is also National Washington Day. I don't know if this is the city, the state, the dude, Denzel, George. I have no idea. In 2017, the National Day calendar began celebrating each state. It is the state. There you go. Happy State of Washington Day. State of Washington. All right, let's talk about some things that happened on this day. On this day, on May the 10th in 1503, Christopher Columbus. Oh, we're going back. 1503. Christopher Columbus visits the Cayman Islands and names them Los Tortugas after the numerous turtles there. I found this place. I call it Las Tortugas. That's the Cayman Islands. Because he saw a lot of turtles. And he went, Las Tortugas. And then he quickly left because he realized it was just too difficult to enslave the turtles. However, they all died after contracting the diseases that he and his crew brought. In 1773, the Parliament of Great Britain passes the Tea Act. This was designed to save the British East India Company. It reduced taxes on them and on its tea and granted them the right to sell tea directly to us, the people in America. This legislation, of course, led to the Boston Tea Party and the founding of Starbucks. That's right. It was around this time that we here in America went, yeah, coffee. We're not going to do tea anymore. We're doing. Oh, really? You're gonna charge us up the wazoo for tea? I don't think so. Hey, I don't know if you've looked at a map of this place, but we're like attached to this like southern part. It's called South America, and they got these beans. And if you smash them and grind them down and then cook them, it'll taste real good. It's kind of bitter, but they call it coffee, and that's what we're gonna start drinking now. Not because we like it, because we hate you. Tea is better tasting than coffee, but we were just defiant. We were just like, we'll drink this bad stuff, and now we love it. I love it. I love coffee, but I admit it tastes terrible. Coffee tastes terrible. I drink it black. And don't tell me it doesn't taste terrible. Well, it's terrible because you drink it black. Yeah, because that's what it's supposed to taste like. This is what it tastes like. Coffee tastes terrible. It's bitter, and it's... Yeah, that's terrible. But, I need it and we need it. Coffee's delicious. Well, yeah, when you fill it with caramel and sugar and cream and stop it. Coffee's terrible. On this day in, what else do we got here? 1775 during the American Revolution. It was the Battle of Fort Ticonderoga. Big turning point. Big battle. big, massive win for the home team there. Fort Ticonderoga is captured. You know who captured it? Do you know? Well, this is like history kind of like has washed this over now. So the guy who captured Fort Ticonderoga and became like the first legitimate superstar hero of the American Revolution, a dude by the name of Benedict Arnold. That's right, Benedict Arnold. He was a bona fide hero long before he was Benedict Arnold. You know what's funny about Benedict Arnold? We never learned about him. Benedict Arnold was really not taught in school. We sort of just glossed over that whole thing. He was lost to history. He's like, we don't need to make him famous. You know how I know about Benedict Arnold? Brady Bunch. That's right. I'm a Gen Xer. We learned about Benedict Arnold from the Brady Bunch because I think it was Peter who betrayed a friend, and he was called Benedict Arnold. And I'm like 5 years old, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess Benedict Arnold is a traitor. And then later in life, I learned that, he in fact was a traitor. But before that, a heroic leader of the American Revolution. Now, history in modern times likes to skip over the contribution of Benedict Arnold. And, because of the things that he would go on to do, which is some shitty things. But Benedict Arnold has been usurped in the American history books as far as credit for winning the Battle of Ticonderoga by who? The furniture maker himself, Ethan Allen. That's right. I don't care if he was second in command. Benedict Arnold turned out to be a douche, and so now we're just going to give credit for Fort Ticonderoga falling to the rebels. That's us. No, were we the rebels then? We were the rebel. Whatever. Good job, Ethan Allen. On this day in 1941, that's right, nothing happened in the world between 1775 and 1941. On this day in 1941, during World War II, this is a great story. Rudolf Hess parachuted into Scotland to try and negotiate a peace deal between the United Kingdom and Nazi Germany. Now, who was Rudolf Hess? Well, technically, like if you look at the flow chart of like who was in charge in Germany, Rudolf Hess was like the vice Hitler. He was like Hitler's second in command. He was like the vice Hitler, except he was a bad dude. Rudolf Hess was just a total dickhead of a guy. First of all, totally down with the Nazi thing, like way down with it. So much so that he is like the ghost author. He's considered to be the ghost author of Hitler's Mein Kampf. He helped Hitler write that book, didn't get any credit for it. So that probably burned him a little bit. But in response to him helping write the book, Hitler was like, hey, when I try to take over the world, you're going to be my second in command. And Hess was like, okay, awesome, cool. So then when that started to go down, when like Hitler started like a massive support around Germany to become like, hey, I am der Führer and all that nonsense, Hitler had to make a deal with a dude who was a German war hero already. He was like the most famous guy in Germany. Like Hitler was just a dude who came out of nowhere. But there was this other dude who was super popular and everybody knew him. And his name was Hermann Goering. And Hermann Goering wasn't going to back Hitler in his crazy Nazi play. And so Hitler went, well, what if I make you second in command? And Hermann Goering was like, all right, fine. I will back you then. And all of the people who follow me will back you. You make me second in command. And that's when like Rudolf Hess was like, what? Well, I'm second in command. It says it right there in the little Nazi constitution. I'm second in command. And Hitler was like, it's just, come on. It's just to make him happy. It's just to make him happy. So Hess was like really pissed off about all this stuff because now Hess is like, technically third in command. And he didn't like that. So in 1941, Hess saw that the war was dragging on. All of Hitler's promises about, the superior German race and all this stuff, it wasn't panning out. A lot of bad stuff was happening. The entire world was starting to fight, kind of like what's happening with Russia and Ukraine right now. So Rudolf Hess, he stole a plane. And he made some like back channel deal with some duke, some like English duke. And he stole the plane and he bailed out of the plane and he landed in England, right? Or Scotland. And his plan was, all right, now I'm here. I'm going to hook up with this duke and I'm going to negotiate with the Brits. I'm going to negotiate with the English. We're going to end this damn thing. Then when it ends, I'll be like the hero. And then they'll just put me in charge over in Germany. right? That was his plan. Unfortunately, he broke his leg while he bailed out, and he was wandering through some like Scottish Highlands, and the police caught him, and he was wearing a German uniform, so they arrested him. And the whole plan went to hell. The whole plan. They arrested him immediately. Then they were like, hey, you're Rudolf Hess. You're like an important Nazi. We got an important Nazi just wandering around the Scottish Highlands with a broken leg. This could be good for us. So they kept him. And then Rudolf Hess, I love these guys. I know all of these guys' bios. These Nazis, like the inner core of the Nazis, they were nuts. So he gets sentenced to prison in England, and then the war ends, and they send him back to Germany, and he gets put on trial, and then the Nuremberg trials and all that stuff. He gets put on trial. He's sentenced to spend the rest of his life in Spandau prison. Now, the band Spandau Ballet. That's what Spandau Ballet was named after, Spandau Prison. Hess would live there till like the 1980s, all by himself. He was the only prisoner in Spandau Prison. And then he was like, I don't know, 90, 10 or something. I don't know. He was like really old. He was like in his 90s. And one day he just woke up and killed himself. Womp, womp. And that's how it worked out for Rudolf Hess. Yeah, he was a son of a bitch. He was not a good guy. And, he betrayed humanity. He betrayed Hitler. I mean, there's two bad guys to betray, I guess, if you're worried about, your immediate future. That happened on this day in 1941. Rudolf Hess parachutes into Scotland, and his whole plan goes to shit. On this day in 1975, Sony introduced the Betamax. The Betamax, remember Beta? They both came out at around the same time. What's it going to be? Is it going to be Beta or is it going to be VHS? Which format are we going to use for our video cassette recorders? Remember remember VCRs? Yeah. Well, we all decide Beta, as I understand it, was better quality. But I don't know what happened. We all went VHS. It all went VHS. So there you go. But on this day in 75, Sony introduces the Betamax. This is just today. This is big news today, and it's already being listed in the events of today. On this day, a couple hours ago, Queen Elizabeth II missed the state opening of Parliament for the first time in 59 years. It's the first time that a new session of the English Parliament, British Parliament, United Kingdom Parliament, whatever, was opened jointly by the Prince of Wales and the Duke of Cambridge, acting as counselors of state. So I think this is, I don't know much about that. I think this is like, okay, so obviously there's a lot of like weird shit about England, our cousins. They're like our cousins. So they're like the cousins. They're like pretty cool, but then they got some weird stuff going on in their family that you don't really talk about. So the English are like pretty cool and they're kind of like us and we like a lot of the same things and all that stuff. But then they have these like normal rich people that they just pretend are gods and they make them royalty. And so they say that they have elections and they say that they have a form of representative democracy and all that with Parliament where there's a House of Lords and a House of Commons. But in order for them to do their job, like they have to, at start of their parliamentary sessions, every time they have to like beg the Queen to form a government. They have to beg the Queen to do their job. And so the Queen shows up at Parliament and they all go, Queen, may we please do the bidding of the people? And, it's a formality. And the Queen goes, yes, you may. Yes, Queen Elizabeth. That whole thing. She didn't do it today. It's a big deal. Big deal over there. Such a big deal that it's already making this day in history lists. Let's do some birthdays. Born on this day in 1946, Scottish singer and songwriter, Donovan. What a Donna. I'm just wild about saffron. Blah, 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 blah. Wah, wah, wah. Isn't that they call me Mellow Yellow. Quite rightly. What the? Is that him? I think that's him. That's probably him. To me, Donovan is more famous for having a smoke show Gen X daughter. Yeah. Donovan's daughter. Remember Ione Skye? Remember that actress? She was like super hot for like 5 years, and then she fell off the face of the earth, and we never saw her again. I don't know, but that's his daughter. I know Ione Scott. I don't know Donovan. I don't. Born on this day in 1946, another born on the same day as Donovan, another big English singer-songwriter and guitarist, Dave Mason. Dave Mason of the band Traffic. Okay, so Traffic, maybe you know. Traffic is I think Traffic is probably most famous for giving the world Steve Winwood, right? I guess that's where Steve Winwood came from. But Dave Mason was like the leader of Traffic. He's still alive, I think. I don't know. I'm going to say he is. What are some Dave Mason songs that he wrote? Oh, well, he wrote "I'm Feeling All Right." Woohoo! I feel so good myself. You know that song? I guess Joe Cocker made it really famous, but that's a Dave Mason song. And another cringy song. Another cringy song. We just did Mellow Yellow by Donovan. There was another cringe ass song that Dave Mason wrote. How's it go? Goes it's that one that goes what's it called? I don't know what. I'm gonna have to sing it. Don't sing it. I'm gonna sing it because it's cringy. Are you ready? It's the one that goes I don't know what it's called. I gotta sing it because I'll get to what it's called once I sing it. It's that one that goes, just leave it alone, cause we don't see eye to eye. There ain't no good times. There ain't no bad times. There's only you and me, and we just disagree. That's it. We just disagree. That was it. I know. Well, Byron, look at Byron out here advocating for Sunshine Superman from Donovan. Yeah, that's another one of his songs. But is it Mellow Yellow, the big one? Just quite rightly. All right, so those two dudes are having birthdays today. You know what? Here you got two dudes who wrote super cringy songs, and then we're also celebrating on this day in 1955. Not celebrating the birth of a guy who murdered someone who. Yeah, he wrote some cringy songs, but John Lennon's murderer was born today. Not even going to say Mark David Chapman's name. He doesn't deserve the credit. Mark David Chapman. All right. Can this be? Yeah, here we go. Train wreck of the day. Another birthday being celebrated from the world of English music. Born on this day in 1957. Born on this day in 1957. Without a doubt, the train wreck of the day. Sid Vicious from the Sex Pistols. Bass player. Sid and Nancy. I still maintain, wasn't that Gary Oldman, right? And I think is that Gary Oldman? I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to say it's Gary Oldman's greatest role. I don't know who it is. I think it was Sid and Nancy. Sid Vicious and Nancy Spungen. They were boyfriend and girlfriend. He was in the Sex Pistols, and they killed each other, right? Murder-suicide or something? I don't know. Whatever. Train wreck of the day. Sid Vicious. What a douchebag. All right. Also, we are covering the entire United Kingdom. We got Donovan from Scotland. We've got Dave Mason and Sid Vicious from England. And now how about an Irish singer-songwriter celebrating a birthday today? Does he have some cringy music? You bet right he does. It's Bono's birthday. Bono was born on this day in 1960. Bono, lead singer of U2, a musician, activist, unfettered narcissist. He's crazy, that Bono. Crazy in the I'm going to save the world kind of way, I don't mind U2. I like U2 as a matter of fact. But let's be honest, they got some cringy music. There are some cringy U2 songs. There's also some timeless bangers, to be sure. Absolutely. New Year's Day, come on. There's a bunch of good. There's a Sunday Bloody Sunday. Oh, come on. There's a lot of good U2 songs. A lot of bad U2 songs too. a lot of stuff I'll skip right over when the U2 playlist comes on. But I think on the whole that I'm glad they exist. Born on this day in 1965. Supermodel, Canadian. Well, we're still dealing with the British Empire, or the former British Empire. Born on this day in 1965, Canadian supermodel Linda Evangelista. Now, Is she the one that we've been talking about in recent months because she got the bad plastic surgery or she did some kind of collagen injections and it just didn't go so great? I don't know. Is that her? I don't know. Let me look at her. See if I hover over this. Gotta get a picture. Yeah, I sure do. She's gorgeous. Although this is Linda Evangelista from like the mid 80s. All right. Happy birthday, lady. You're still attractive. Born on this day in 1975, one of my favorite IndyCar drivers of all time, Helio Castroneves. Helio, little guy, just tiny little guy. Helio Castroneves, born on this day in 1975. Some deaths. We got some deaths. On this day in 1818, the world lost Paul Revere. That's right, Paul Revere. Dead on this day in 1863, Confederate General Stonewall Jackson. Confederate General and icon of the gay rights movement, Stonewall Jackson. Dead on this day in 1863. Dead on this day in 1977, Joan Crawford. No wire hangers. It should say that on her tombstone. It should just be like Joan Crawford. No wire hangers. Don't get that reference? Well, then you're not old. She beat the snot out of her kid. She was like a big famous actress, and she beat the snot out of her daughter, like abused her really bad, at least if you believe the story of her daughter. And they made a movie called, what was that movie called? Now, we'll just say the movie was called No Wire Hangers, because one of the things that Joan Crawford went nuts and beat her daughter about was that her daughter had all these fancy dresses, and Joan Crawford came and looked in her closet, and some of the fancy dresses were hanging on wire hangers, and Joan demanded that they all be on wood hangers. And so she grabbed the wire hangers and just started beating the snot out of her kid, screaming, "No wire hangers, no wire." Should be on her tombstone. Mommy dearest, thank you. Everyone in the chat room. I say I can always count on you dudes in the chat room. You always get me. You always get me when my old man brain just forgets about a movie that I saw once 40 years ago. You guys always have my back, and I appreciate that. I know that we gave Trainwreck of the Day to Sid Vicious. It was kind of a dog fight. I don't know why I gave it to Sid Vicious when it was on this day that John Wayne Gacy died. Yeah, that's right. State of Illinois put John Wayne Gacy to death on this day in 1994, and I was there. One of my first jobs in radio was covering the termination of John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy died on this day in 1994. Died on this day in 2012. A cool guy. A cool guy who got, I think it was Matt Damon. Did Matt Damon get to play him? I think Matt Damon got to play him. I'm not sure. Carroll Shelby, American race car driver and auto designer. It was Matt Damon, right? Wasn't that Ford versus Ferrari? Wasn't that the movie? I think. And didn't Matt Damon play Carroll Shelby? Carroll Shelby lived right up the road here. He lived like off 75 somewhere. I don't know. In the North Texas area, Carroll Shelby lived. All right, let's get into what's trending today. Let's see here. Byron says a little bit of John Wayne Gacy entered me that day. Oh God, I hope not. That is not good. Okay, gas prices. That's, folks, can we just get serious? I'm cold. Where's my blanket? It's like 100 degrees outside. Well, I don't know if it's 100, but it's hot outside. Like it's starting to be summer in Texas hot, where when you have your air conditioning in your house and you step outside for like the first time, it feels like a blow dryer. It's just like, oh God, this is awful. It's like got the, it's got the climate of a locker room that's attached to an indoor swimming pool. Like if you ever been to like a health club and they got an indoor swimming pool and you go into the locker room and it's just soupy and hot. That's what it's like outside. But in here, I got this air conditioning, and the air conditioning is set to like 80 degrees. I'm not being crazy. I don't need it to be like super cold in here, but it's blowing on me. So I'm wearing a sweater, and oh God, this is not good. Gas prices are also not good. Can we talk about gas prices? I was shocked. I got gas on Saturday, and it was $3.98. And I'm like, oh, Doesn't look like it's trending in the right direction. That's not good. It's $3.98 on Saturday. I picked up my kid. My kid lives up in Plano, and he's staying with me this week. So I'm taking him to school up in Plano and picking him up and going, making all these trips back and forth, And I stop and get gas. I'm like, I should get gas. And I always say, like, I should get gas in Plano because it's a little bit cheaper than it is here in Highland Park. Because the closer you get to a big city, gas prices are a little bit more expensive because the trucks have more difficulty navigating the traffic that are around more heavily, densely populated areas that are close to cities. Whereas when you get out into the exurbia, the suburbs and the extra suburbs, when you get out in those areas, gas prices are typically a couple of pennies less. So I stopped in Plano yesterday and I'm like, I'm gonna get some gas. I'm not even thinking about it because it was $3.98 on Saturday. I'm expecting it to be, I don't know, $3.88, $3.85, something like that. Whatever, it'll work for me. I start pumping the gas and then I just do this. I'm like, I didn't even look at the price. I'm pumping the gas and I just kind of glance up at the big Shell station sign, $4.19. $4.19 a gallon in Texas. Now, I know that you people who live here in Texas, you think that is absurd, but Texas is always like 50 cents less than, where I came from in the Midwest. Texas is, my entire life, it's like Texas has always been super cheap. And I remember when I was back living in the Chicago area, when the gas prices were going crazy, I was like, man, I wonder what they are in Texas. And sure enough, they're always like 50 cents less. $4.19 in Texas. The average price for a gallon of gas nationally on Tuesday this is the average price. The average price for a gallon of gas on Tuesday hit $4.37. That's national. That's the national average. I mean, here in Texas, we're still at $4.19, which is lower than the national average. But man, is that shocking. This is, by the way, $4.37. It is the highest price the AAA has recorded since it started keeping track of gas prices back in 2000. And in California, it's $1.50 more. So it's even $1. So it's like $5.80, $5.90 in California for a gallon of gas. These new prices, however, it says the AAA says it's the highest price, but that's not adjusted for inflation. Adjusted for inflation, these are not the highest prices that we have paid. The high water mark for gas prices in America was in July of 2008 when gas was $5.36 a gallon in today's dollars. So by adjusted for inflation by today's dollars, it was $5.36 per gallon. All right. So, good Lord. Let's see here. Let's see some people getting some gas prices. Jeff says, I wonder what Shelby would think of these new 4-door electric vehicles. Oh, he'd hate them. Carroll Shelby would hate them. Shelby loved the muscle. Detroit muscle. That's what he was all about. He liked the combustion engine. He would love it. Brady says gas is up like 15 cents overnight. I haven't checked diesel because I filled up last week and drive like 100 miles a week now. Rob's out there in California. My guy, Rob says he paid $5.20 in California on Sunday. Well, I would check that again because prices went up nationally on Tuesday. So good Lord, Rob. Will C says that's not a good argument. Price is relative. Look at our property taxes, $4.19. I don't know what that's about. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get bogged down in that. I'm just reading what AAA is saying. So you know what? Take up your issue with them. Will says nobody cares about adjusted for inflation. It sucks. You're right. No, you're absolutely right. Nobody cares. Nobody has any real scope of history. We all just care about what it is right now in the moment. And I'm telling you, gas prices suck. I don't know. There ain't nothing we can do about it because we are, we tapped into the reserves like a month. This is all in real. I've done okay. I'm playing dumb, but I did a little bit of research into this morning. So this is all tied to Europe saying that they weren't going to import gas or oil or whatever it is, from Russia anymore because of the Ukraine thing. And wait, we don't get gas from you. No, I know, but it is sent like shockwaves throughout the industry. And even though the price per barrel is down, these people are just raising the prices because they expect there to be some shock to the system when what they're using, what they have now, what they have here is going to be affected months from now. So they're raising prices just to, cut off at the pass what they're afraid might really be the price of oil in like 3 or 4 months. And we're coming up on summer and everybody's going to be driving. So the oil companies here in America, they see a good opportunity to make a cash grab. And that is all part of it. You can blame it on the war in the Ukraine if you want, which, it does have something to do with it. It's the war in the Ukraine and the disturbance in the flow of oil throughout Europe that is causing all the oil companies to go, well, this might in some way affect us at some point. It's not actually affecting us right now. In fact, because we release so much from our Federal Reserves, we have a surplus of oil. But this is just, these oil companies heading it off at the pass. That is exactly what this is. And if it doesn't, like if the war ends tomorrow and everything goes back to normal, they'll just be like, yeah, whatever. That's fine. So we made a profit. We're profiteering off of this. That's all it is. We have plenty. They're just taking it out on us, the average guy at the pump, the way they always do. And I'm not even going to look at the chat room because we got a bunch of people in the chat room who at every turn defend the corporate elites at every turn. And they shit on the middle class worker. Just go ahead, take up for your Exxon board of directors. Do it. See how far that gets you. Adam says it's demand. We drive more. Maybe not the mom and pop spots. Adam also says, oh no. Yeah. He says, Adam says it's demand. We drive more in the summer. So this part was expected. Yeah, it was. It was expected because we know how these people operate. It was. But it's not because we don't have enough oil and we need to charge more for it. That's not the case. This is all about, we're going to see this affecting our bottom line in 4 months, possibly, maybe, potentially. So in order not to freak out the shareholders, let's raise prices now so that we can show a profit on price per gallon so that when it does go down, we'll have an even. It's all work. It's all a job. But go ahead. Y'all keep shitting on the middle class working man. Y'all keep defending your corporate elite overlords. Can't believe some people do that. I can't believe it. Unless you're part of that class. If you're part of the corporate elite overlord class, I got a couple dudes in this neighborhood who own oil companies. Got the Hunts. Who else do we got? We got the Hunts. We got somebody. Doesn't matter. All right, let's move on. Gas prices. We're not going to be able to fix it here, and we're all angry about it, so we shouldn't be angry at each other. That's all I'm saying. Casey and Vicky White. Oh, this twosome. Remember them? Casey is like a murderous thug weirdo, 38 years old, and Vicky was a prison guard. Actually, not just a prison guard. She was like high up in the prison system. That prison. Like she was like deputy director or something like that. I don't know. But she wasn't just like your run-of-the-mill screw. That's what they call them in prison. I've seen some prison movies. They call them screws. She fell in love with Casey. She's 56. Was 56. Yeah, we'll get to that. She was 56. He was 38. She fell in love with him. He fell in love with her. Although, come on, let's be honest. Casey wasn't in love with Vicky. And he convinced her to bust him out. At least that's what I think. I don't know. We don't know all the details yet, and we never will because she's dead and he's a murderer. So he's gonna lie. He's gonna just make up whatever. Who knows what happened? But they broke out 2 weeks ago. It'll be 2 weeks ago Friday. And she said that she was taking him to a doctor's appointment at the courthouse. And the rules say that 2 people have to escort prisoners on these kinds of trips. But because she was so high ranking, she overruled that. And she just took them and they disappeared. And they've been on the run for 10 days. And yesterday in Evansville, Indiana, federal marshals, a combo force of the Gulf State Marshal's Office and the Great Lakes Marshal's Office. They took them down in Evansville, Indiana. They were driving a Cadillac. They knew that they were staying at a hotel. there's going to be video of this. There's going to be video released because all these cars have dash cams and stuff like that. The police, especially when they're doing takedowns and surveillances of hotels. So they followed them, and high-speed chase started. And what was the reason? Was there a reason? I thought I read a reason why they crashed. Anyway, Casey and Vicky, they wrecked their car. And Casey survived the wreck. He jumped out of the car with his hands up, and the first thing he said was, "She shot herself. I didn't do it. She shot herself." Vicky was rushed to a hospital with a gunshot wound to the head. Casey's claiming it was self-inflicted, but come on. And she died a few hours later. So the prison guard lady, she's dead. Casey is now on his way back to prison in Alabama. And we're never going to really know anything. We're not. We're just not going to. We're not. He's not. Well, he might say some shit, but can you believe him? I don't know. He's a murderer. He's a murderer, and he was going to kill her. See, this is what I don't get. I feel. I don't feel bad for Vicky White. By the way, she was Vicky White. He was Casey White. They're not related. It was just quinky dink that they had the same name. I feel bad for her. It's just like, do you though? Do you feel bad for her? Kinda. I don't know. She's a mess. She's a mess. She's like a 56-year-old prison lady. And, she's unmarried. She's got a house. She's probably been doing this job for like 30 years. And what a garbage job. I mean, look, hey, it's a job. Somebody's got to do it. But when I mean garbage job, I mean psychically. I mean emotionally. I mean every single day of your life. It's like working in a terminal kids cancer ward. It can't be good for you, your soul. It's got to just really weigh on you. It's got to be sad. It's got to be just or infuriating in a prison case. Like the kids cancer ward, that would be sad. That would be so sad. I would be so sad all the time. I would not be able to not let that affect me. Same with prison though. Like if I had to go to a prison to work every day and just see the trash heap of humanity and just be like, oh my God, the shit these people are getting into in here. She did that for like 40 years. She's got every day for 40 years. She's got no husband. She's she looks like a female prison guard. Look, use your imagination or just Google her. But she looks like a female prison guard. So she probably hangs out at the local bar and she shit talks and she's got a bad attitude. I just don't imagine she was a very happy woman. So now you get this tall drink of water, this Casey White. He's tall. I say that he looks like John Hamm on his worst day. Now, he's got a shaved head and stuff now, so he doesn't look like that. But there's a mugshot out there that's floating around of him that it does. It looks like, and John Hamm as Casey White. It kind of looks like that. Looks like it could be John Hamm's dirtbag older brother or whatever. Younger brother, actually. He's much younger. So he wooed her. He's like, hey, sexy. Hey, good looking. And nobody outside of prison has probably said that to her. I don't know, ever. I mean, I don't know. So he made her feel good. And he convinced her. She sold her house. She had a $200,000 house. She sold it for $95,000 to get the quick cash. And then she liquidated all of her savings. And they just ran off together. She was caught up in the romance of it. I mean, she's a dumbass. Don't get me wrong. She's a dumbass and probably a piece of garbage human being herself. But on a human level, I'm like, man, I can get why she would be like, well, maybe I just roll the dice on happiness. Maybe Casey does love me. Maybe we'll end up on some Costa Rican beach for the rest of our life. Nah, that wasn't going to happen. See, no way. Casey was going to kill her the minute they got out of the U.S. The minute they got somewhere. He's killed people before. He's just going to kill her, dump her body. So this brings us to the end, the apprehension. So I guess we got to believe that while they were being chased by police, she pulled out a gun and ate a bullet, right? Or did he just use that time to kill her, right? Did he just go like, okay, here we go, we're going down for it, and I've been meaning to do this for the 10 days since you broke me out. Whoosh, boom, because he knew he was going back to jail. He was never getting out again. I mean, he already killed one or two people. I don't know. I can't wait to see the movie. I imagine the movie can star Melissa McCarthy and John Hamm. There you go. Ooh, that's not bad casting. That is not. Maybe Rebel Wilson. Although, wait, Rebel Wilson lost a lot of weight, didn't she? And she's not 56. it would have to be it would have to be Melissa McCarthy and John Hamm as Casey and Vicky White. I like that. I'll be looking forward to that. Lifetime, maybe? No, Lifetime would want it to be more romantic. Yeah, Lifetime would play all the wrong angles. They wouldn't. That wouldn't be good. I don't know. We'll see. Another story. Here's kind of a sad story. This is a story that I've been following. You know about these dead Americans that were found in the Bahamas? These like nice old people. They were just like nice old people. Hold on. Let's get back into this. JBM says Patricia Arquette did a fine job on that other prison escape movie. Okay. All right. April says, I don't know, Pugs. What if Casey killed someone you loved? I would hate her guts. And she got the coward way out of this scenario. Well, yeah, April, look, there's a lot of moving parts. But she didn't kill someone I love. And I'm just looking at her as a train wreck human being who I'm not making excuses for. What I'm saying is, like, I can kind of understand how she could make such a terrible decision with her life. I could kind of get it. I kind of understand. She's going nowhere. She'd go to prison every day. But no, you're right. She's a garbage human being. She made like a completely asinine decision. But it also says, I don't believe she took the coward way out. I think Casey killed her. I think Casey killed her because Casey's first words when he emerged from the car, when he was surrounded by federal agents, he raised his hands and he said, I didn't do it. She did it, which seems a little bit sketchy to me. Seems a little bit like, All right, let's move on to something else that's also kind of sketchy. This is very weird. All right, so 3 Americans were found dead in the Bahamas on Friday, right? 3 Americans. And they seem like nice older people. I shouldn't say old people because they're not that old, but they're nice older people. You're always saying they're not that old because they're not much older than you. No, they're older than me. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, one of them is old enough to have been my parent if they had me when they were 17. That'll work. Police in the Bahamas have identified the 3 Americans on Monday, yesterday, who were found dead late last week at the Sandals Emerald Bay Resort on Great Exuma Island. The deceased were confirmed as Michael Phillips, 68, Robbie Phillips, 65, of Tennessee, and Vincent Chiarella, 64, of Florida. Donis Chiarella, Vincent's wife, is said to be in stable condition after being airlifted to a hospital in Miami over the weekend. All right. So they were travel agents. They were people who ran a travel agency, and they used to send people here all the time. So they got a free trip, and they got, all of these nice upgrades and all that stuff because they send so many people to these resorts. And what happened was Friday. Here, let me go down a little bit. They owned a travel business called the Sand Lady, Royal Travel. Hold on. Here's how they were found. This is why I say it's kind of sketchy. Sandals, in a statement, said, "It is with deep sadness that we can confirm the passing of 3 guests at our Emerald Bay Resort." Quoting now, "A health emergency was initially reported, and following our protocols, we immediately alerted emergency medical professionals and relevant local authorities. We are actively working to support both the investigation as well as the guests' families in every way possible during this extremely difficult time." The Royal Bahama Police Force said in a statement Friday that when investigators arrived on the scene, they were directed to a villa. Upon entering a bedroom in the villa, they found a Caucasian male laying on the ground unresponsive. An examination of the body was conducted. There were no signs of trauma found. A local doctor later pronounced him dead. The police officers then went to a second villa where they say another man was found unresponsive and slumped against a wall in the bathroom. In the bedroom, a woman was found unresponsive. Police said that the individuals showed signs of convulsions, but no signs of foul play. So these 3 people were just found dead. And they're not this wasn't 105-year-old people who go die on the beach. These were people in their mid to late 60s. They went to Sandals, and they just died. There doesn't seem like. So what do you think of this? Like carbon monoxide? I don't know. Isn't that a thing with heat? Would you be using heat in sandals in the Bahamas? But yeah, so I don't know. We're developing ... as they say. Nobody has any real answers for us on this one. Will says this is why you stay local on vacation. You never know what's going on in these chain resorts. Better experience local anyway. Well, that's kind of a blanket statement. Doesn't that entirely depend on where you are? I mean, if you're in Hawaii, yeah. If you're in Waco, no. I mean, come on, man. Not every local experience is up to the same level as, say, a Bahamian retreat. I've never been to the Bahamas. I would go to the Bahamas, but there are a couple of things that stop me from going to the Bahamas. Well, first and foremost, money. Secondly, I'm not big on islands. Like I don't like I don't know why I don't like islands. Well, probably because islands are surrounded by beaches, and I'm not a beach guy. I don't know if you've seen me, but I am not. I don't like beaches. I also don't like sunburn, and my ruddy Irish skin gets me sunburn. That kind of climate, that kind of atmosphere doesn't scream vacation to me. What, you don't like a beach vacation? No, I don't. Like, if you were to say to me, okay, you can go on vacation for a week, you could go absolutely anywhere. Where do you want to go? I would say, okay, so if we're talking domestically, I could go absolutely anywhere. New York City or LA. Yeah, that'd be fun. I stay in a nice hotel in a big city with a whole bunch of people. There's a whole bunch of stuff to do. There's restaurants, there's shows, there's shopping, there's hustle, there's bustles. LA, I always wanted to go on those studio tours. Could do that. That'd be fun, all that. But no, not a beach. Or if you're like, okay, you can't do a big city, I'd be like, skiing. I'll go to like a ski resort. Send me to a ski resort. Send me someplace where there's snow and you don't ski. Well, no, but they have cool bars and lounges that you can just hang out in. And those resorts look really nice. Like, so, but I wouldn't go to the Bahamas. I don't want to go to Hawaii. You must go to Hawaii. What? Why must I go to Hawaii? It seems like a really far trip. It's America still. It's barely America. Yeah, I'll go to Puerto Rico. That seems easier. That seems better. I like Mexico. You know what I do? I like Mexico. I like Cancun. But you said you don't like beaches. I don't spend much time at the beach in Mexico. All those resorts have cool pools. I don't know. Dustin still there? Dustin and I went to Mexico together. Oh, we had a grand time. He and his lovely wife. It was a threesome. It was a crazy weekend. He'll tell you all about it in the chat room if you have questions. So there you go. Moving on. All right. UFOs is trending again. Wait, we'll get into some beach talk. Brady says, I used to hate the beach, but as I am older, sitting on the beach and reading with the ocean breeze is pretty damn satisfying. Yeah, no, that doesn't do it for me, bro. I'm sorry. First of all, I don't read. I mean, books on tape. That's what I like. I'll listen to some books on tape. I don't read. Reading. I read so much every day of like actual newspapers and stuff like that. I don't want to read. I just don't like beaches. And an ocean breed, what does that smell? Is that fish? No, I just, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you enjoying that. I'm just saying that people are different. People are different. April says Mexico beach vacations where you get served all you can drink and all you can eat sitting by the pool. Yep, exactly. You and me, April, let's book it. I can do that. I love Mexico, our little cousin to the south. I love going there. I have never had a bad time in Mexico. I've been there about 4 times now. Never had a bad time. Whether it's Cancun, whether it's Playa, whether it's Acapulco. I love Cozumel. I love Mexico. Granted, I rarely leave the resort. But whatever. You don't need to. Why? All right, UFOs is trending. UFOs is trending because this is interesting. Ooh, boy, look at this. This is big UFO news. Yesterday, I showed you a bullshit picture because UFOs were trending again yesterday. But today, it's trending for real. House panel The House panel will hold its first public hearing on UFOs in decades. A House panel will host an open congressional hearing next Tuesday about open congressional hearing on UFOs. Can you just take for a minute, just close your eyes and imagine the bouillabaisse of weirdos that are going to show up for that thing. I mean, there's going to be people dressed like Princess Leia. There's going to be like dudes in alien suits. It's going to be fantastic. A House panel will hold an open congressional hearing next Tuesday about UFOs for the first time in over 50 years. It'll focus on a Pentagon program that was established last year after the U.S. intelligence community released a preliminary assessment on 144 reports of unidentified aerial phenomena. See, that's UAPs. See, we UFO freaks, we know that, like, you know, the cool kids now don't call them UFOs because that's what old people call them. They're UAPs. Yeah. Hey man, I saw a UAP last night. What's that? What is that, like a India Pale Ale? What is that, like a drink? No. It's an unidentified aerial phenomena. What's that? It's a UFO. See, it's stupid because you always have to explain it. It's a UFO. That's the same thing. The House Intelligence Subcommittee on Counterterrorism, Counterintelligence, and Counterproliferation will be holding the hearing. It will be followed by a closed, classified hearing on the Pentagon program known as Airborne Object Identification and Oh my God, look at this. This is what we get with our government. They got to overcomplicate everything. Here's what this program is called. Are you ready? I got like 3 50-cent words in and then looked and saw that there was like another 3 50-cent words in this title and I bailed. So I'll start again. Here's what the project is called. It's known as the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group, or AOIMSG. The two witnesses are Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security, Ronald S. Moultrie, and Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence, Scott W. Bray. All right, so that's next Tuesday. So they're gonna hold these. It's gonna be fun. The open part of it is gonna be great. There's gonna be like a bunch of UFO creepy guys and weirdos and stuff. And the real important conversations are going to happen off camera, though. That's what's going to happen behind scenes because it's classified. All right. What else do we have here? Tom Brady is trending. Tom Brady is trending because he has agreed to join Fox Sports. He is going to be joining the Fox Sports football booth as soon as he retires, which, you know, knowing Tom Brady could be, I don't know, a year from now or maybe even a couple of months from now. Who knows? Tom Brady's writing his own ticket with every breath. No plans are too set in stone for Tom Brady to completely backtrack on. So let's see. So what's that going to be? If he's going to join Fox, so who's that? That's like him and Kevin Burkhead, right? But who's the other guy? All right, wait. Okay, so let's run this down. CBS we know is Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. NBC is now Sunday Night Football is Mike Tirico moved to NBC. So NBC is Mike Tirico and Collinsworth is still there. ESPN Monday Night Football is now Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. And the new Amazon is Al Michaels got the big payday. So the new Amazon Thursday night game is going to be Al Michaels and Herb Kirkstreet. Or is it Kirk Herbstreit? I don't know. I never know which one. It's either Kirk Herbstreit or Herb Kirkstreet. It's one of the two. But it's definitely Al Michaels. So, okay. So CBS, Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. Fox is now with Tom Brady. He's going to be Kevin Burkhardt and Brady. And then NBC is Tirico and Collinsworth. And ESPN is Buck and Aikman. And Amazon is Al Michaels and Herb Kirkstreet, Kirk Herbstreit, whatever. Take your pick. Okay, there you go. Big, major mix-ups. I like Jim Nantz and Tony Romo best. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say that I like them best. Even if it's not true, I do like them best. Ross says, why don't they have a meeting about how to lower gas prices and cost of living, but people can still dress like aliens? Well, now, Ross, I mean, I think that you're not really understanding the many mechanisms that go into our day-to-day governance here in the United States of America. Certainly, it is a massive bureaucracy, but they can do both. And I promise you that there are groups meeting about those very subjects as we speak. And I can't do anything about it, but they are meeting. I'm just glad that finally somebody is carving out a little bit of time to talk about our little green friends who hover above us and have been contributing to human society for millennia. All right. This is something we talked about a couple of months ago. Frank Langella, like the 90-year-old actor. Remember he got canceled? Remember he got kicked off? Okay, so there's this new show on Netflix. It's called The House of Usher. It's about Usher's life growing up or something. I don't know. It's called The House of Usher, and it's going to be on Netflix. And Frank Langella was the star of it. He played I'm guessing Usher's dad. I don't know. He's like the main patriarch of the House of Usher. It's some interesting diversification there in the casting. Frank Langella being a old white man, but hey, whatever. We're not going to get bogged down in details. He's not there anymore. He got fired because if you remember, he did something that was a little bit icky, a little bit creepy, a little bit me too, with some actress. So now we're getting the story on it. Okay. So Frank Langella was kicked out. Actually, we had the story back then. Remember, he put his hand on like an actress's knee and said, "Do you like that?" Something weird or whatever. I don't know. That's what was reported. It's TMZ, so take it with a grain of salt. But that's who broke the story originally. So now Frank Langella is talking about it, and I don't know. I don't know, man. This could be a game show? Is this cancelable? He's an old man. He's an old man, and he's been kicked off this show, and now he doesn't get any money from this, and he's probably never going to get cast again. So here are the claims. The claims include from a production source who said that the actor, Frank Langella, made an inappropriate joke that was sexual in nature. Okay, a joke. Old guys. Old guys don't know, man. He then touched the leg of a female co-star before jokingly asking her, this is where he gets, "Did you like that?" Just kidding. Frank Langella. I played Dracula like 50 years ago. Let's see here. Made an inappropriate joke that was sexual in nature, and then he touched the leg of a female co-star before jokingly asking her, "Did you like that?" Okay. All right. So I don't know what you're picturing. Like I was picturing this during a read through, that he did this stuff during. He didn't. He did it on camera as part of a scene. He's an actor and he's playing a character. See, this is where it gets way more. He's playing a character who is married to a super young girl. And this was all during a love scene where they were acting out a love scene. Okay, he went a little bit improv. He's an actor. They do it all the time. He creepily touched her leg and said, "Did you like that?" All right. So anyway, he's talking and he's explaining his side of things. First of all, he blames cancel culture. Why not? We all blame cancel culture. Cancel culture sucks. Cancel culture is lame, man. I'm telling you. I don't know who does it worse, the righties or the lefties, but it seems like everybody wants their pound of flesh. Everybody's trying to cancel somebody for something. Whatever. So Langella begins his defense by saying, "I have been canceled," just like that. And then he points to the increasing madness that pervades the movie industry as the reason for his recasting in the soon-to-be Netflix series House of Usher. Langella writes that being the lead actor on a show requires that you set an example by keeping the atmosphere light and friendly, and claims that his attempts to do that on The Fall of the House of Usher were taken the wrong way. He even says that a producer told him, "Dude, you can't do that, Frank. You can't joke. You can't compliment. You can't touch. This is a new order." So he's an old actor. He doesn't really, He goes on to say here, "I cannot speak to the intention." Look and see. I knew that Adam would already chime in before hearing all this. Adam has this dude completely convicted because there was a news story about how he did something wrong. And so Adam has already convicted him. I miss Robert Loggia too. Robert Loggia, Feech LaManna in The Sopranos. Oh my God. One of the great characters on one of the greatest shows of all time. Robert Loggia, Feach LaMotta. Back to Frank Langella. I don't know how we got off on Robert Loggia, but I appreciate the distraction because I was about to go in on Adam Reyna in his judgmental-ness. By the way, Adam and I, we were going to go to a concert, and I was very excited. He offered me an invite, and I was like, oh, maybe I could do that. But my kid's got a band thing. It's the last week of school. They're doing this. Look at all the band music that we learned. So I appreciate you, Adam. I do. Thank you very much. Rain check me on that. Langella writes for Deadline that being the lead role requires that you set an example, keeping the atmosphere light and friendly, and claims that his attempts to do that on The Fall of the House of Usher were taken the wrong way. He even says that a producer told him, you can't do that, Frank. You can't joke. You can't compliment. You can't touch. It's a new order. He then goes on to say, Frank Langella, I cannot speak to the intentions of my accuser or to Netflix, but the impact on me has been incalculable, he goes on. I lost a great part, the chance at future earnings, and perhaps face a long stretch of unemployment. Dude, you're like in your 90s. You'll never work again. Let's just go ahead and call it what it is. Netflix terminated me after 3 months of work with only 3 weeks left to shoot, and I have as yet to be fully remunerated for my services. Most importantly, my reputation has been tarnished. Langella writes that to him, these indignations are the real definition of unacceptable behavior, and that cancel culture is the antithesis of democracy. He claims he was told to feign humility by producers and to apologize, advice that he declined to follow. On March 25th of this year, I was performing a love scene on camera with an actress playing my young wife. Okay, so this is the details. We didn't get the details. We just got a bunch of little tidbits that were designed to titillate us and make all the worst assumptions. Here are the details of what happened. On March, according to Frank Langella, I think I got to throw that in there. On March 25th of this year, I was performing a love scene on camera with the actress playing my young wife. Both of us were fully clothed. I was sitting on a couch. She was standing in front of me. The director called cut, and then she immediately said, he touched my leg in that scene. That was not in the blocking. She then turned and walked off the set, followed by the director and the intimacy coordinator. Oh, God. Frank goes on to say, I attempted to follow, but was asked to give her some space. I waited for approximately an hour and was then told that she was not returning to the set. Okay, guys, I have been going on and on for months now about actresses, okay? Actresses are the freaking worst. They're in a scene. He's an old creepy guy married to a young woman, and apparently during the scene, he touched her leg. Not her tit, not her ass, not her vagina, nothing like that. He touched her leg in a way that wasn't blocked for the scene. The guy yells, cut! Got it, print it. And she immediately goes, he touched my leg. Oh, the vapors. I have been defiled by a man. You know, it's this kind of thing. This is an actress, I'm telling you. Then he goes on to say here, I waited approximately an hour and was told that she was not returning to the set. Like many shows and movies do these days, The Fall of the House of Usher has an intimacy coordinator on set. The intimacy coordinator's job is to work with the actors and the production to make sure that any intimate scenes, clothed or otherwise, are fully choreographed and safe and comfortable for everyone involved. Langella then recaps a phone call with Netflix's Human Resources Department. He says, before the love scene began on March 25th, our intimacy coordinator suggested where we both should put our hands. It has been brought to our attention, said the Human Resources. It has been brought to our attention that you said, this is absurd. Well, yes, I said it. I did. And I still think it is absurd. It was a love scene on camera. Legislating the placement of hands, to my mind, is ludicrous. It undermines instinct and spontaneity. Langella also claims that he was told not to reach out to anyone, including his co-star or the intimacy coordinator. That afternoon, word of the investigation first hit the internet. I was immediately fired, the actor continues. I was not given a hearing with Netflix. My request to meet one-on-one with the actress was denied. The directors and the producers stopped answering my emails and phone calls. And within 30 minutes of my firing, a letter went out to cast and crew, and a full press release was sent immediately. Dude, they were doing a love scene on camera. Oh, fine. If this is the way we're going to go now, okay. That's. Why don't we just go back to the way it was in the 1950s, 1940s, when you couldn't do love scenes, when there was no such thing as a love scene? Oh, or is it just that he was old and she probably loves that she's been kept. We don't know her name either. I'm going to look up House of Usher cast. I'm going to see if we can narrow this down, who this actress is, because I will tell you what the end result will be. First of all, let me be clear. There are a lot of piece of shit predators out there. There are a lot of dudes who take advantage of shit. There are a lot of dudes who are, turning Hollywood or have turned Hollywood into a really scuzzy place to be, especially for a young woman. I don't think by any stretch Frank Langella is that. I don't think this was on camera. This wasn't like behind the scenes. This wasn't him this was on camera in full view, and it was a part of a love scene. He put his hand on her leg, and she lost her shit over it. I'll tell you what the end result's going to be. It's going to get around that this woman did this. This woman is going to be affected negatively. This is going to be seen as someone who causes a problem over something that is nonsense. I could totally see it if he did something rapey or really weird, but touching her leg during a love scene, touching her leg when your hands must stay on the hips. You're doing a love scene. You're actors. So there you go. All right, that's what we got. That's all I can tell you. Let's see what else is trending. Memphis weatherman is trending. This is good. This is really good. All right, so let me see if we can pull this thing up here. No, I don't need to pull it up, actually. Local TV meteorologist in Memphis sparks furor with racist comments about the Warriors' Draymond Green. All right. Hey, what do you say we play a game? Let's call it Was It Racist? All right, if we must. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the high noon game show of the day. This one's called Was It Racist? And it focuses on a Memphis-based weatherman who said something about Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors. Let's play Was It Racist? All right. I don't think this was racist. I don't think that Frank Langella is a dangerous predator, and I don't think that this was racist. I think that it could be construed as racist, but I don't think that it's okay. So first, let me read you the story, okay? So, of course, the Memphis Grizz, they're playing the Golden State Warriors in the NBA, I don't know, one of the finals, or not finals, semifinals, whatever it is. I don't know. Western Conference, who cares? Oh, everybody in Dallas, that's who, because of Mavs. If the Mavs get past the Suns, then I'll get on board. Then I'll be a bandwagon guy. But a local TV weatherman is feeling the heat after he described Golden State Warriors star Draymond Green in terms often used for primates. Can you guess what he said? Joey Solpiak. Well, sound it out. Sorry. Joey Solopek, the chief meteorologist at Fox 13 WHBQ TV in Memphis, took to Twitter after the Memphis Grizzlies got drubbed by the Warriors on Saturday night, 142-112, to complain about Memphis player Kyle Anderson being ejected while Draymond Green wasn't. Here's what the news report says that he says, okay? This is the tweet. As interpreted or as reported by the news. So here's what the guy said. Now I ask you, was this racist? Draymond Green runs his redacted slur. Draymond Green runs his slur mouth all game long. but mild-mannered Kyle Anderson disputes one call and gets ejected? All right, so they took out the slur, but think about it, right? As you're reading this. Draymond Green runs his blank mouth all game long, but mild-mannered Kyle Anderson disputes one call and gets ejected. Draymond Green runs his blank mouth. Okay, chat room, think it over. I want you to post in the chat room what you think he said. Draymond Green runs his blank mouth. Now remember, this has been described as a term often used for primates. We're playing Was It Racist? What did he say, chat room? Post up. Draymond Green runs his blank mouth. The hint being a term often used for primates. All right, time's up. All right, chat room, let's see what you said. Again, we're playing Was It Racist? A local TV weatherman in Memphis tweeted something about Golden State Warriors Draymond Green. He tweeted a term that is often used to describe primates or used for primates. He said, Draymond Green runs his blank mouth all game long, but mild-mannered Kyle Anderson disputes one call and gets ejected. This man, he hasn't been fired yet. This man is being called a racist. Now, what did he say? Let's check. Ross Rubio says capuchin. Byron says Harambe. Will C says Jennifer Blair Martin. Jennifer Blair Martin says gorilla. Gorilla. Draymond Green runs his gorilla mouth all game long. Would that be racist? Yes, that would be racist. That would absolutely be racist. If he had said that Draymond Green runs his gorilla mouth, that would be racist. Unfortunately, that's not what he said. Byron Granger suggests silverback. Yes. If he had said Draymond Green runs his silverback mouth all game long, that would be racist. Unfortunately, that is not what he said. Here's what he said. He said Draymond Green runs his knuckle-dragging mouth all game long. Knuckle-dragging mouth. Okay, so I say knuckle dragging all the time. I refer to people as knuckle draggers all the time. I never really thought of it as like a way to describe primates. I never thought of knuckle dragging as a way. Knuckle dragging to me is a goon. That's just somebody who's a goon, a knuckle dragger, somebody who causes trouble. And he's a knuckle because he's got long arms and he fights a goon. He's a knuckle dragging goon. I have never made any sort of connection between calling someone a knuckle dragger. Now, I have made connections between people calling black athletes apes and gorillas, and that's all terrible. And that is obviously derived from some awful, racial slur that has been used for a long time. But knuckle dragger, that's what this guy is going to lose? No, that is not. So there you go. Was it racist? Nah, I don't think it was racist. I do not believe it was racist at all. But, he'll probably lose his job over it because that's the world we live in. Thank you, everybody. Join us next week for another edition of Was It Racist? All right. It's nice. YouTube has all kinds of copyright-free music that you can use for that stuff. Did you notice I just found all that stuff? I did. All right. Let's continue on here. What else do we have? Ooh. Who likes Austin? I like Austin. Austin City Limits has announced their big ACL Fest, their big Austin City Limits concert stuff. Let's go over that. Let's see here. Who do we got? Want to go down to the ACL? When is it going to happen? It's coming up. Oh, it's going to be over the course of 2 weekends this summer. Let's see what we're talking about here. Austin City Limits Musical Festival on Tuesday announced the lineup for this year's event. Not summer, going to be in the fall. Going to be nice. Okay, very good. The event is October 7th through 9th and October 14th through 16th at Zilker Park. And it's another great year for fans of female talent. That sounds pervy. Cancel this writer. What do you mean it's a great opportunity for fans of female talent? What are you talking about, you misogynist? Oh, you literally meant female talent. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were just being a misogynist. I'm just ready to cancel everybody over everything. Hold on, let me check something. I want to check something out. Yeah, hold on. Let me just give me a second here. I'm trying to. You know what? That's actually not terrible pause music. Give me a second. I'm looking for something. No way. I need more. There we go. All right, never mind. I found it. All right. I was wondering if the ACL Festival was the same weekend as the Formula One race down in Austin, because I was thinking, man, we could put a whole weekend together. It's not. The Formula One race is October the 21st. The ACL Festival are the weekends of October the 7th through 9th and October the 14th through 16th. Still looks like a good time. Who's performing at ACL Fest this year? Through the 1990s? Oh, sorry. Though 1990s rock bros, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, top the lineup. Are they filling in for Foo Fighters? I bet you the Foo Fighters were supposed to be playing this. I don't know. Though 90s rock bros, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, top the lineup, 5 of the top 8 artists on the bill are female-fronted acts. Pop superstar Pink. All right. I go see Pink. I like Pink. I like her spunk. You know, I once got into an elevator at the Standard Hotel during the Grammy week when we were down there covering it. I got into the elevator, and the only people in the elevator were Pink and her heavily tattooed boyfriend, who, as it turns out, or maybe it was her husband, I don't know. It turns out he's like a famous skateboarder, dirt bike rider guy. I don't know, something, I don't know, whatever. But they were in the elevator together, and me and my girlfriend, the door opens up and we get in, and I'm like, oh, check it out, it's Pink. You don't act, you got to act like, as Walter Payton said after scoring a touchdown, why he doesn't spike the ball. You act like you've been there before. So I didn't react that, hey, Pink, I wanted to inside. That's what I was doing. It's Pink. She's cool. I like her. Let's get the party started. Right. And a Pink song. I don't know, whatever. But it was obvious that her and her boyfriend, or her and the dude, were having a fight, and we interrupted the fight. You ever do that? like the elevator door opens up, and they're just like, I'm like, okay. Never found out what happened, but there you go. So Pink's there, and I like Pink. Pink is cool. Let's see. She's making her Austin City Limits Fest debut. Grammy-winning R&B star. All right, I'm going to go out on an old man limb and say that it's SZA. And not SZA. I don't know. Never. SZA for the win, Alex. SZA. Casey Musgraves. Oh, man, do I love me some Follow Your Arrow. I love Casey Musgraves. They're set to perform The Chicks. Oh, man. I don't really know much about The Chicks. I know. I love Natalie Maines. I drank with Natalie Maines at a bar once for like a couple of hours, and I didn't even know it was her until it was like told to me that it was her. She used to live here in Dallas, and she used to hang out at this little dive bar where we ended up, because I don't know why we ended up there, but it was like a little neighborhood divey bar. She was wonderful. She was so fun. And then I found out who she was. And I'm like, I had no idea who you were. She's like, she was fun. She was great. So I love Natalie Maine. I love the chicks. So I'm there for the Chili Peppers, Pink, Casey Musgraves, the chicks. SZA, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll enjoy SZA. I'm an open-minded guy when it comes to music. I might enjoy SZA. Let's see. And alt punkers or alt rockers, Paramore. Look, I'm an old man. Alt rock stopped around the year 1999. I don't need any of this newfangled alt rock. So I don't know. Maybe Paramore's good. I have no idea. Let's see. Who else is going to be there? Lil Nas X. Oh, my kid will love that. My kid likes Lil Nas X. And electronic artist Flume. Yeah, that's what they're called. Flume. F-L-U-M-E. An electronic artist named Flume. Other powerful women on the bill include Jasmine Sullivan, Canadian pop star Carly Rae Jepsen. Didn't she have a hit once, like a mainstream hit? That name sounds familiar. Rock act Japanese Breakfast. All right. You tell me I'm going to walk, 100 yards over there to see a band called Japanese Breakfast. Lead the way, my friend. I like that name. I'll stare at them for a couple of minutes. British singer-songwriter Arlo Parks. I don't know who that is. It's not all about the ladies, however. Dance hall deconstructor. Oh, Diplo. I know who Diplo is. I don't. From what little I know about Diplo, I don't think that's my thing. I mean, it's not that it's a bad thing. I just don't think it's my thing. I don't know. Electronic artist Zhu. Spelled Z-H-U. Zhu. This Chinese guy? That's racist. It's not racist. That is a common Chinese name. There is a Formula One driver whose last name is Zhu. Z-H-U. And you know what? I hope they turn out to be a Chinese act. I hope they do. I don't know who Zhu is. Roots rockers of Nathaniel Radcliffe and the Night Sweats. I like them. They're fun. I've seen them in bars. I've seen them twice in bars. They're fun. They are fun. Bluegrass artist Billy Strings and British forest spirit electronic maestro James Blake. Isn't he a tennis player? Isn't there a tennis player named James Blake? I have no idea. We'll see what that's about. Let's see here. The War on Drugs. Okay, I've heard of them. And Conan Gray. So there you have it. Those are the acts that'll be performing at the ACL Fest. The ACL Fest goes on October the 7th through 9th and October 14th through the 16th. So there you have it. Enjoy that. All right, what else do we have? Let's see. What else is trending? Ooh, we're running out of time. We are running out of time, gang. Oh, do you see this? This is trending. Okay. All right. So this is kind of cool. Apparently, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. They found a black hole, black hole in outer space. And the scientists have been able to, here, we'll find this for you. I'll play this for you. Scientists have been able to, I don't know, black holes make sounds, I guess. I don't know. Let's check it out, shall we? Here. We'll see what this is. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, man. Hold on. I can't find it now. That is not good. All right. Hold on. No. That's the wrong one. Hey, that gives me an idea. All right, here we go. So this is apparently the black hole. Okay? So let's listen to this. Can we hear it? All right, there we go. That's what a black hole sounds like. It's what I expected. It's what I thought. All right, that's why black hole is sounding. I don't know. They said that that's what a black hole sounds like. I have no idea if that's true or not. Scientists can say pretty much anything, and we'll all just be like, "Yep, that's it." Let's see here. Jimmy V. Jimmy V is trending. Jimmy V, of course, is Jimmy Valvano, NC State basketball coach. But Jimmy Valvano shocked the world back in, I don't know, like 1980 or something, when his North Carolina State Wolfpack defeated the mighty University of Houston Cougars. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Whatever the University of Houston is. The Wolfpack defeated, Jim Valvano's team defeated Houston, upset the world. It was like, upset of the world. And it was really great. And then Jimmy V became a personality, and then he became disgraced. He was like run out of basketball. They fired him because he had all of these like recruiting issues, and he's kind of a dirty recruiter, and he's not doing everything on the up and up. But then he got cancer, and it was very sad. And then he started the Jimmy V Foundation, and then the Jimmy V Foundation took off when, I want to say it was like at the first ESPY Awards. He made this speech. Oh, it's one of the great speeches. He was dying of cancer, and he made this incredible speech about never give up, blah, blah, blah. So Jimmy V has sort of become this exalted sort of, historic dude in the history of college athletics here in America. And they're finally making a movie about Jimmy V, Jimmy Valvano. They are making a movie. And you know who's going to play Jimmy V? This is so cool. This is like perfect casting, because I got to be honest. When I first saw this person come on the scene, he reminds me of Jim Valvano. This guy reminds me of Jim Valvano. Who is it? Ladies and gentlemen, playing Jim Valvano in the movie being made of Jim Valvano's life? None other than Ray Romano. Ray Romano! Oh, that is just incredible casting. Incredible casting. That is so good. That is such. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you who Jimmy V is. I'll show you Jimmy Valvano, just in case you people don't know. Here, this is going to be Jim Valvano. No. You know what? Maybe there's two together. I don't know. Hold on, let's see. Let's see here. Well, all right. So there's not really two together, but all right, we'll do this one. Yeah, there's two together. All right, so this is Ray Romano with a beard, so it doesn't really look like Ray Romano. But here you go. There's Jimmy V on the right, and there's Ray Romano on the left. I'm telling you, the casting of Ray Romano as Jimmy V in the Jimmy V movie is going to be great. That is just perfect. That's perfect casting. Because, that picture of Ray Romano, that's not Everybody Loves Raymond era Ray Romano. That's, single dad getting out there again. Divorced guy, Ray Romano, with the beard and all that. Everybody Loves Raymond, Ray Romano. Kind of looked like 1980s Jim Valvano. So there you go. We're very excited about that. I think that is terrific casting. What else is trending? Mexican pizza is trending, and it's also trending alongside. You guys know that we are ground zero for all Dolly Parton news. Taco Bell's Mexican pizza is back, and it's trending because apparently there's like some part of the marketing. Looks like it's good. Dolly Parton has written an opera or something about Mexican pizza. She announced, she's like, they probably paid her a boatload of money. But Dolly Parton is like going to be a part of the marketing campaign for Mexican pizza. And she's making a musical. She's writing a musical about Mexican pizza. And it's probably going to be streaming. And it's a good way to promote Mexican pizza. You guys, apparently the world is going nuts because Taco Bell is bringing back Mexican pizza. I don't even know what that is. I've never had Mexican pizza from Taco Bell. So, but I will now. When they bring it back, I'll try it because everybody's going, Mexican pizza is the greatest thing. James Parker, who I do Pillow Talk with. Pugs and Parker proudly present Pillow Talk on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. Parker loves Mexican pizza. He's like, oh, they should never take it away. So they're bringing it back, and everybody's excited about it. And here's what I think. Shakey's Pizza used to have Mexican pizza, and it was delicious. And Shakey's Pizza is bankrupt. And now all of a sudden Taco Bell sort of takes the Shakey's Pizza thing, and people are like going crazy. Where were these people when Shakey's Pizza could have used their support? Where were nobody wanted the Mexican pizza from Shakey's Pizza. Shakey's Pizza's Mexican pizza was amazing. Oh my God. It was just like a thin pizza crust with like all the taco stuff on top of it. Shredded lettuce, ground beef, so good. I miss Shakey's Pizza, Mexican pizza. But I guess, is that the same thing as the Taco Bell version? I don't know, because I've never had it. But I'm very excited to try it. You people did it to me. You people got me excited. Everybody going, Mexican pizza's back. I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to have to try it. Mike Brown. Mike Brown is trending. Mike Brown is the assistant coach to Steve Kerr out there with the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors lead the Memphis Grizz 3-1. But something crazy happened last night during the first time in NBA history. So Mike Brown is Steve Kerr's assistant coach there on the bench with the Golden State Warriors. Yesterday afternoon, Mike Brown was named the new head coach of the Sacramento Kings, and he accepted the position, and he was named the new head coach. Obviously, after the season, next season, he's going to be the head coach. But he was officially named the head coach of the Sacramento Kings. And then like a couple of hours before the game last night, Steve Kerr calls in sick. Steve Kerr's got the Rona, right? So Steve Kerr's like, I can't coach. Mike, can you coach tonight? So for the first time in NBA history, Mike Brown was the head coach of 2 NBA teams simultaneously. He was the head coach of the Golden State Warriors for the night, and he was named earlier that day the head coach of the Sacramento Kings. So that's why Mike Brown is trending. That's obviously that's not etched in stone. That's just kind of a funny little coincidence. But you know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool. So for one moment, he was the head coach of 2 NBA teams at the same time. Marilyn Monroe is trending. Marilyn Monroe is trending alongside Andy Warhol because the Andy Warhol Marilyn Monroe painting that he did sold yesterday for $195 million. Oh, God, you guys. Somebody, some idiot, some horrible trash human being spent $195 million on an Andy Warhol painting of Marilyn Monroe. By the way, I would like to add that in my college days, I had that very same picture on a t-shirt that I probably spent $10 for. And, I had the exact same thing. Look just like it. It was, I don't understand this. I really don't get it. That's when you have too much money. Now you're saying people have too much money. No, I'm not. No, I'm a capitalist. I believe that people should have as much money as they can. I just wish people weren't shitheels about it. I just wish people were better. That's what it is. I don't want to limit you and your amount of money, but if you're spending $195 million, then everybody within 10 miles of where you live, there better not be one sick kid that needs medicine. There better not be one hungry kid. You're an asshole if there are. And I'm not going to say that you're responsible for your entire state but just in your area. If you got 100, don't even start with me. We'll see. We'll see is already trying to jump in on this. I can tell. Don't even start with me, Jeff Ballard. I am not saying that people should be limited as to how they spend their money. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is I wish people were better. That's all. I'm just saying I wish people were better human beings. I wish people were more compassionate and more decent. You want to spend $195 million on the original Andy Warhol Marilyn Monroe painting? That is fine. $195 million. It's your money. I wish you were a better human being. That's all. I just wish you were a better human. That's it. That's all I'm going to say on it. I don't get it. Here's what I don't get. This is also such an ego play. And this is why I say I wish they were better human beings. I wish you were more evolved. That is an arbitrary price. That painting doesn't cost $195 million. It does, because there are guys with egos out there who have agreed that that is a reasonable price for their ego to be stroked, so that they can say, that's mine. I own that now. It's the only one. And I'd be like, yeah, you could go to like friggin' Z Gallery, and you could get that same thing for what, $40, and come in a nice frame, and I can hang it. And I'm going to tell people, I'm going to tell people that the painting, the Andy Warhol print of Marilyn Monroe that hangs in my apartment from Z Gallery, I'm going to tell people it's the original. Well, but you can't, because I have the original. It's $195. Oh, but I can. You see, because I went to Harvard. And because I went to Harvard, you really? You went to Harvard? That's impressive. No, I didn't go to Harvard, but I just lied to you. And I'll be lying to people about that Marilyn painting that you paid $195 million for. Stupid. You could have just lied about it. I don't get it. That's ego. They need to have these things. Hey, dude who sold it for $190, is it going to charity? Because at that point, I'd be like, okay, that's cool. You're going to put it back out there. You're going to help people with it. Now you're not a garbage person. Nope, it's not. It's not. It's just some rich guy with a tiny little pecker who wants to feel like he's, his ego needs to be stroked. He needs to feel important so that he can walk around and go, I got the only one. No, I got the only one. It's hanging in my apartment. That's not the real one. Yes, it is. It is. You're lying. Yeah, I am. But I also didn't spend $195 million on it. See? So I don't know. Spend $195 million on it? Or just lie. Just hang. It's not like it's the only one. That's my point. There are millions of these things that are just completely indecipherable from the original. You can't tell. Wait. Stop it. All right, moving on. Okay, here's another one. Celeb auction. Not the Marilyn Monroe one, but there's a different celeb auction that's going on. And there's some cool things here. I don't know if anything's going to go for $195 million. Like, what? Art is such a scam. I'm telling you. My buddy E, who some of you guys know, my buddy E is an artist. He's a very successful artist. Like, he's abstract, and he's kind of like, I call him Jackson Pollock, right? Because it's not, if you know who Jackson Pollock is. Jackson Pollock just kind of like threw paint and blah, blah, and it was all about splatter and color and just shit that just by happenstance looked good together. So I call E Jackson Pollock, and he does the same thing. And his stuff is undeniably beautiful. It is undeniably beautiful. That is a really beautiful piece of artwork. Yeah, I don't know. I just had a canvas, and then I tripped over a bunch of cans of paint, and they spilled all over the place, and put a frame on it and sold it for $20K. All right. Very good. Good for you. I don't begrudge you. Art is so weird. It is such a weird thing. But anyway, here's an auction. So it may not be that Marilyn Monroe dress, but several gowns that she donned for gentlemen prefer blondes, and there's no business like show business, are going up for auction this summer, along with 1,400 other pieces of Hollywood history. Over 3 days in July, Turner Classic Movies and Julian's Auctions are teaming up to auction off items like, here's some stuff. Captain America's shield. You want Captain America's shield? What's that going to be, like $75? All right, put my name down. Is this a silent auction? $75. $75 for Captain America's shield. The one from Captain America, the first Avenger. A 2-piece Givenchy ensemble worn by Audrey Hepburn as Holly Golightly in Breakfast at Tiffany's. Ooh, okay. All right. $50. I give you $50 for that one. And Jules Winfield's Bad Mother. From Pulp Fiction. Samuel L. Jackson's Bad Mother Effer wallet. Remember that? That's going up for auction too. That'd be a fun one. That'd be about $20. I'll give you $20 for that. What? Really? Somebody's willing to pay more than that? Okay. One of the 6 original Stormtrooper helmets from Star Wars A New Hope is also among the items being auctioned off. The helmet was used during the Tunisia shoot and later restored by Star Wars expert Gino Sabatini. Star Wars expert Gino Sabatini. Noted virgin, I'm sure. A variety of props used in the Harry Potter films, like Draco Malfoy's Nimbus 2001 broomstick and Voldemort's Elder Wand, are also up for bidding. The hammer used by Thor, by Chris Hemsworth in Thor. The hammer. Isn't that like, what's Moji Bar? No, what's it called? Mohinder? So, who was Sirajul and Mujibar? Why is that a name? Siraj. Okay. No. Thor's hammer is not named after the 2 Pakistani gentlemen that David Letterman used to interview. Remember the 2 Pakistani guys that ran the deli or whatever it was there? And Sirajul and Mujibar, I think that was their names. But Thor's hammer is named something like that. I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody in the chat room who knows. There will be special collections from the estates of James Garner, the answering machine, maybe from Rockford Files. This is Jim Rockford. That'd be cool. Also from Robert Stack, maybe that like cigarette smoke smelling trench coat that he used to wear on, what was that show he used to do, Robert Stack? It's like Unsolved Mysteries. Yeah, maybe it's like the trench coat, the raincoat. That'd be cool. Who else? Some scripts from some movies, items. All right, that's it. Anyway, that stuff's going to be going on in July. Oh, wait, there's more. No, that just took me to the stupid auction page. I don't care. Like I said, so of those things, I want Thor's hammer. I want Thor's hammer, and I want Samuel L. Jackson's wallet from Pulp Fiction. There you go. Those are the ones I want. What else do we have here? Oh man, I don't know. Do I want to do this story? Seems like we're keeping it light today, doesn't it? Were they at Al? You know what, Al? Honestly, when I referenced Sirajul and Mujibar from the old David Letterman show, I was like, my first guess was to say Indian, but then I went, but people always, they're one of the two. I just went with Pakistani because they're the same. It's just an arbitrary border. I mean, those people, well, I know they're not the same, but I mean, as far as like, if you're just going to judge someone by the way they look because of the part of the world they're from, very similar, but you could be right. They might be Indian. They might be Pakistani. I don't know. Whatever. It's like going, that dude looks Irish. Well, he's not. He's Scottish. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I didn't realize. That dude looks German. Well, he's not. He's Austrian. Okay. All right. I got you. My bad. What else do we have? I don't know if I want to go into this. This is such a downer. That Subway is trending for all the wrong reasons. Subway. What are the wrong reasons that Subway sandwich shop could be trending? It has to do with Jared. Jared. Hey, remember when they made the fat kid who lost all the weight their spokesperson for like a decade, and then it turned out that he was molesting kids the whole time? Oops. Anyway, the couple that was molesting kids with Jared, they got sentenced to a whole bunch of years in prison, so they're going to prison. It's just an ugly one to talk about. Mater Dei High School in Los Angeles is also trending. Mater Dei is trending because, okay, so a bunch of the Mater Dei is a very well-known athletic school. A lot of pro athletes come out of Mater Dei in the Los Angeles area. And a bunch of football players sexually abused another football player, but we don't need to go into it. I don't think it's. What a surprise. Look, I read the story and it's like, I don't know, man. these kids wouldn't have made it through the 80s because I have had worse things done to me. Find the story. Just Google search Matter Day. Or if you need the translation, that's Mother of God in Catholic Latin. If you want Matter Day, Mother of God. Oh, I know some Catholic Latin. You know what? Instead of talking about kids molesting each other, let's see. What other Catholic Latin do I... Mea culpa? How about that? My own fault. That's what it means. That's what mea culpa means. It means my own fault. How about... what else? What's another like church, like a churchy Catholic Latin thing? Angus Day, Lamb of God. That's another one. All right. What else? All right. How about some regular Latin? How about, like when somebody graduates cum laude, he graduated cum laude. That means bravo. That means with praise. Look at it. He graduated so awesome. Ad hoc, ad hoc, ad hoc on purpose. What else? De facto means in reality. Ad nauseum, I like ad nauseum. Ad nauseum is one of my favorite Latin phrases. Ad nauseum means so much that I'm sick. It means ad nauseum means on and on to the point that you're making me sick. Not nauseum. Isn't that fun? Quid pro quo. That's a good one. That's a legal term, though. Quid pro quo. Favor done, favor expected. Quid pro quo. See, I know Latin. I know a little bit of Latin. I know about as much Latin as I do like Mexican menu. I can, those are my language. My languages are English, barely, like not real great at English, but I can get by. And then I can do Mexican menu. And then I can do weirdo Catholic / legal Latin. That's not much though, not much, just a few of them. Henry Kissinger is trending today, and it's not because he's dead. Which unfortunately, every time he trends, I'm like, it's because he's dead, right? It's because that guy's rotting in hell. Is that why Henry Kissinger is dead? Finally, I'm telling you, evil doesn't die. Henry Kissinger is like 115 years old. Anyway, he's trending because he says what's happening in Russia is unprecedented. And I don't know, other awful people like, I almost got political. You almost said Hillary Clinton, didn't you? I did. I almost said that other evil people listen to Henry Kissinger. But that's not fair because people on both sides of the evil power structure that governs us here in this country, they all seem to listen to Henry Kissinger, even though he's evil and he's not dead yet. Terrible guy. Had no problem with like just using all kinds of terrible chemicals and burning babies alive. He didn't care. It wasn't his problem. He was like, whatever, it'll scare him. Henry Kissinger, evil man. Still alive because evil doesn't die. SI, the swimsuit issue. Okay, here we go. This is going to make some people mad. So, first of all, I thought that the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue wasn't a thing anymore, right? I thought that it was, we got some breaking news. Hold on, breaking news. Chef Mario Batali has been acquitted in his sex misconduct case. Mario Batali. I love Mario Batali. Mario Batali is a nice man. He used to do our show all the time back in the day. I was shocked when I heard about these things, and he was a nice man. He would send me and Kelly Christmas cards for years. Only stopped getting his Christmas cards. He's still one of those guys who still sends Christmas cards. He was a nice guy. Nobody sends Christmas cards, right? But Mario Batali did. Used to send it to the radio station every year. We thinking of you. Have a great, nice guy. He was acquitted. So there you go. He was acquitted. So I can go back to publicly saying that I like Mario Batali, because let me tell you, I wasn't really able to do that for the last couple of years. All right, Sports Illustrated. I thought the swimsuit issue went away, right? Wasn't that a thing? I thought it went away. I thought it was like, it exploits women. Yeah. When you look at those pictures, you can see all the bruises, from the fight, the scratch marks from the fights that those bikini models put up. Trying not to be in the swimsuit issue. there is real exploitation in this world. There is exploitation of workers. There are exploitations of marginalized people, especially in third world country. There are real exploitations in this world. Okay, Kathy Ireland wasn't exploited. Elle Macpherson wasn't exploited. Just hate it. Anyway, I thought the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue went away, but apparently it's not. It is here. The 2022 Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue is out, and all right, let's work through this. Let's be honest about the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. It was their highest selling issue of the year. And it was just for, it was to show women in bikinis because their audience was males. And it came out during a downtime in sports, the beginning of the baseball season, and there was no football. NBA basketball wasn't that popular back in the 60s and 70s. So Sports Illustrated needed something to sort of juice the first quarter revenues for their publication. So they created this thing called the swimsuit issue. So it's springtime, summer's coming. Here, guys, here's a reason for you to buy the issue. And it became, a big deal. It was a big deal up until the 2000s. And then, I don't know. Apparently some of the bikini models were forced to work in diamond mines. So, they called exploitation. And it went away. But I guess it's not away because it's back. But good news, guys. This year's Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue is featuring all WNBA players. That's right. It's gone are the days of Elle Macpherson, Kathy Ireland, Stephanie Seymour. Who's the other ones? Who are some of the other ones? I don't know. Whatever. But it's good for them. So it's all WNBA players. The latest iteration of the special edition will feature 5 WNBA players: Storm guard Sue Bird, free agent guard Taya Cooper, Sparks forward Inika Ogwumike. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect your name, but I'm from the Western Hemisphere, and I don't know what it means when there's a capital N followed by a small n. I don't know what that is. I don't. Nika Ogwumike. That's obviously a beautiful African name. I, as a American, barely English speaker, I've struggled with this. It's not common to me. So please don't take my struggle to give your name the proper respect as being anything other than my own ignorance, and I apologize for that. This is the world we got to live in. Can't pronounce a name I've never seen before, and suddenly I'm a racist. All right, Dee Dee Richards and Brianna Stewart are the players who are going to be focused on and profile. Photographed in a black swimsuit by Loretta Houston in the U.S. Virgin Islands, they were chosen in an attempt to represent the league's diversity and inclusion. All right, so let's take a look at this. And I don't know what's going on here. Hold on, let me show you these pictures because beautiful women in bikinis. I'm all for it. Hold on. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Boom, paka chicka, boom, 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 boom. Protect your account. No, confirm. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Hold on. Stupid. All right. So here it is. This is the these are what some of the fine young women in bikinis in the new Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. This is what they're getting into. Let's show it. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Because I have a question about this. I have a question. Oh, I'm going to have a question. Here we go. All right. So Sports Illustrated is featuring WNBA players. All right, we're going to dismiss that. There you go. So there they are. Okay. Now, remember, you can't use Elle Macpherson and you can't use all of them. You can't use, I don't know, any number of Leonardo DiCaprio's former girlfriends. You can't use any of them because that's exploitation, I guess. but we can use these women. This isn't exploitation. This is why. Why isn't this exploitation? Why is this any better? Because they're WNBA play. I don't get it. What if Elle Macpherson played in the WNBA? Then would that be all right? Or would it still be exploitation? Which is it? So do you get my point? Why is somehow this more reasonable and socially acceptable than, the way it used to be with Kathy? I don't understand it. There you go. Look at them. Lovely ladies all. Look at them. Fantastic. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't get the difference. I don't understand why. Well, we can't use bikini. We can't use real models anymore. So let's go out and get a bunch of WNBA players and let's put them in the exact same bathing suits, and then it won't be exploitative. I don't understand. I don't get it. All I will say is that to my own tastes, they're not as attractive. Maybe is that why? Was it that the Elle Macphersons and the Kathy Irelands were too attractive? So why are we holding their genetics against them? Boy, that sounds like racism. That sounds like some sort of real problem. Oh, I get it. They're too pretty. Oh, okay. Well, why are you being so why are you holding these people responsible? They can't control that they're pretty. Why are you not letting them get these jobs? Because why? Because since they're pretty, then it becomes exploitative. Why? Because you think that I'll be sexualizing them as a reader in my mind. Oh, so now you're the thought police. Oh, okay. But it's perfectly fine to just put in the same bathing suits, by the way, the same bathing suits, a bunch of women who are not as beautiful as professional swimsuit model. I don't get it. Man. I don't get it at all. Somehow one's okay and one's not. Well. All right, that's going to do it for all the topics that we have today. But let's jump in and let's see what's happening with the. Let's see what's happened since we've been gone, shall we? Is there anything new that's popping off, as the kids say? Well, Mario Batali. Mario Batali is trending. Good for him. I really like Mario. I really do. He was such a sweet guy. I don't even know what he was accused of because I refused. I was just like, oh, that ain't good. They're coming after Mario. That ain't good. I don't even know what he was accused of, but he was acquitted. So in my mind, it never happened. I'm fine with that. Tom Brady is still trending. Ooh, whole bunch of ugly political stuff trending. We're not going to get into that. Look at this. We were just talking about exploiting beautiful women. Hillary Duff is trending because Hillary Duff is posing naked on the cover of Women's Health. Apparently that's fine. She's not posing. Look, she's not posing naked to sell more copies of Women's Health. That's not what this is about. It's about women's health. I'm so confused by the rules. They seem to be just made up by a bunch of 18-year-old college freshmen on America's campuses. I have no idea what the rules are anymore. They make no sense. 90-year-old Frank Langella can't act ever again because during a filmed love scene, he moved his hand onto the leg and there was no blocking for the legs. Oh, God. I don't get it. A Memphis weatherman in Memphis. Memphis is a very diverse city. In Memphis, a weatherman in Memphis, while sticking up for a team filled with African-American players, while sticking up for his team, the Memphis Grizzlies, called Draymond Green a knuckle dragger, and now his career is going to be over because he called him a monkey. No, he didn't. He called him a knuckle dragger. Same thing. No, it's not. It's not the same thing. I call people knuckle draggers all the time. I never in a million years made the equation between calling someone a knuckle dragger and calling them a gorilla or a monkey. Yeah, I guess now that I think about it. But when I hear the term knuckle dragger, or when I use the term knuckle dragger, I think of like some just big meathead guy with really long arms. It's like, come on, man, I'll fight you. That's what I think of. I don't think of You know what I mean when I call somebody a knuckle drag? You know what I mean? I actually mean that they are monkey. No, man. No, I don't know. I don't get it. And all this is happening on Confederate Memorial Day. Confederate Memorial Day is trending. Today is Confederate Memorial Day in South Carolina, one of the few states that observes it as a holiday. All right, there you go. Paris Hilton is trending. I'm down. Are you guys down? Should we jump in and see why Paris Hilton is trending? Let's see what she's got going on. Let's see why is she trending. Oh, God. This is, I don't know. Is this just an indication of somebody who we remember as being an absolute idiot who is just maturing into more of a societally responsible role in using her influence instead of that's hot, instead of, just being like, that's hot, let's party. I smuggled cocaine up my butt back from Mexico. She did that for Joe Francis of Girls Gone Wild. Allegedly, I don't know. That story, I think he told the story. So that's hot. That's hot when I smuggled the cocaine up my butt. So she went from that to why she's trending, because she's at the White House for a meeting on child abuse laws. I mean, again, I don't know if this is she maturing into a more socially responsible person, or overall as a society, have we just now gone, who should advocate for child abuse victims? The girl who smuggled cocaine in her butt up from Mexico. I don't know which it is. But she's trending. Can I also say, in regard to Paris Hilton, still stunning. Look, for all you want to say about Paris Hilton, for all you want to be like, oh God, I hate her. Oh God, she is still stunning. She is stunning. I just think she is so beautiful. Not necessarily my type. Like if I was emperor of the free world and I could just go into the village and go, I want that one and that one, I probably wouldn't have a whole lot of that variety, because I'm more of a Kim Kardashian guy. Like I'm more of a Kim K than a Paris. But look, man, I'm telling you, I'm looking at a picture of her standing in front of the White House. What is she, like in her 40s? She's a beautiful woman. Let's see. She met with Chuck Grassley. Chuck Grabassley. There you go. Chuck Grassley says he tweeted, met with Paris Hilton to discuss how we can stop abuse of children in residential care facilities. Again, I don't know if this is just her doing a good thing because she has sort of matured into a more socially responsible individual who is going to use her platform or whatever platform she has left to do good in the world. Or have we as a society just sunk down to the point where we shouldn't have doctors or learned professionals doing that kind of stuff? We should get the girl who smuggled cocaine up her butt from Mexico to do it. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. All right, so that's why Paris Hilton is trending. Let's see who else is trending. James Cromwell. James Cromwell is trending. Let me see why. Don't be dead. Don't be dead. Unless you're already dead. Is James Cromwell already dead? Why is there you go. Actor James Cromwell and others demonstrated at a New York City Starbucks in an effort to encourage the company not to charge extra for vegan milk. Cromwell superglued his hand to the counter in front of the cash register. What? Isn't this the guy from Babe the Pig? Oh, it sure is. Oh, he's a crazy old man. James Cromwell is a crazy old man. That. Grabassi would be a cool name for a band, Ross. I'm glad you picked up on that. That's where I was going. All right, here. Let's see. Watch this. Look at this. This is why James Cromwell is trending. This is fabulous. I love it when old guys go crazy. Here, where is he? This is the guy from Babe the Pig, right? This wasn't he like the farmer guy? I swear I thought he was dead. I really did. I thought he was dead. I'm glad to see he's alive, and I'm tickled pink to see that he's doing crazy shit like super gluing his hand to the counter. Oh man. Yeah, there you go. There he is. Hold on. Can we make it bigger? Nope. Oh, damn it. All right. Is it sharing? Yeah, there he is. See him? Actor James Cromwell and others demonstrated at a New York City Starbucks in an effort to encourage the company not to charge extra for vegan milk. Cromwell superglued his hand to the counter in front of the cash register. Cool. You're a fun old guy. I bet he smokes weed. I bet he's like a pot smoking old guy doing crazy shit like that. For vegan? Because you don't, that is such an old man move. That is such an over the top old man move to like go like lose their shit, just go completely nuts over like what? An extra 5 cents for vegan? I don't know. Like you're James Cromwell. You've got Babe the Pig money. You've got, what are you worried about? This is such a ridiculous thing to be protesting. This is a protest. This is not like, well, because babies need that vegan milk, you need to start giving it away. No, this is just about an old man. I can't believe what. Do you think James Cromwell goes into a Starbucks and then has the receipt and like goes over the receipt and goes, what's this extra 15 cents for? And then just gets out a tube of super glue and just like sticks it right. I ain't leaving. I'm the Babe the Pig guy. What else did he do? James Cromwell did other things, right? Not just Babe the Pig. He's been in stuff. Cromwell's done stuff. Let's go over the James Cromwell filmography, should we? Why not? He's probably been doing movies since like the 1920s. Who knows? Oh, you know what? I keep saying he's the Babe the Pig guy, but he's on Succession, one of my favorite shows. He plays, oh, wow, actually, that's funny. He plays sort of like the hippie liberal brother to the Rupert Murdoch character. All right, James Cromwell filmography. Let's see what we got here. Filmography of James Cromwell. Let's see what he's been in. He's been in Murder by Death. Don't know about that. Cheap Detective. Cheap Detective is the only movie. I don't think it's the only movie, but up at the time, it was the first movie that I ever walked out on. It was 1978. I went to a movie. I think I went with a buddy, and there was only nothing to see, so we went and saw. Because I grew up in the 1840s when there were only single screens at movie theaters, and we went to this movie theater, and there was only this one movie playing called The Cheap Detective. And we started watching it and we were like, this sucks. And we left. And it was the first time I went, wait a second, you can just leave in a movie after you pay? You can just leave? It was a freeing moment. He then did, let's see, Man with Two Brains, good movie. Very good movie. Revenge of the Nerds. All right. Very good movie. Oh God, You Devil. Okay. All right. Still not a star yet. These are all small roles. Pink Cadillac. He played a motel desk clerk. That was in 89, so he's still not a star yet. Then he was in The Babe, which was that bad John Goodman Babe Ruth movie. Still not a star yet. And then here it is, 1995. 1992, he does The Babe, which is the John Goodman Babe Ruth movie. And then in 1995, he does Babe, where he played Farmer Arthur Hoggett. Didn't he win an Oscar for that? I feel like he won I feel like that's how he became famous. Yeah, and then it's all big roles. People versus Larry Flint, L.A. Confidential, Deep Impact, The Bachelor, The Green Mile, Space Cowboys. I don't know. Not really enough to do a James Cromwell movie draft, but whatever. There you have it. All right. James Cromwell is trending. Let's see what else is trending. I see that Succession is trending too, but that's got to be it. That's got to be because of James Cromwell, right? One would think. Mm-hmm. Guys, you know what? I think that's about it. I think we've. Oh wait, Adam Sandler is suddenly trending. Woo! Let's see what Adam Sandler. Don't be dead. Don't be dead. Don't be dead. Don't be. You always got to worry about that stuff. Don't be dead. A new Netflix trailer for the film Hustle dropped, starring Adam Sandler as Juancho Hernagon. I don't know what that is. But if it's okay, so here's the thing with Adam Sandler and his Netflix movies. Adam Sandler, he signed like a massive deal, like a 10-picture deal with Netflix to create movies, and it's just a money grab. It's just God bless Adam Sandler. You know, he did a money grab, and it plays to like, you know, I guess the classic Adam Sandler Office, the classic Adam Sandler audience. They all suck. They're all just like movies that he makes so that he could call up his buddies and say, "Hey, I got a studio to pay for like 6 weeks for us to hang out at a resort." That's why all these movies are at like resorts. The movies that he does with like David Spade and Rob Schneider, and they're all his buddies. And he's figured out a way to do it, and he makes a boatload of money from Netflix. And all the movies are terrible, and it doesn't really matter because for every like 10 terrible movies that he does a movie like that Uncut Gems. Was that it? Uncut Gems, the gambling movie. He was so good in that. You're not going to be able to convince me that Adam Sandler doesn't have talent. Adam Sandler's got a whole bunch of talent. Do you know the number one comedy album of all time is an Adam Sandler comedy album? I think it's the one They're All Gonna Laugh at You. I think it is. But I was stunned to hear this recently that somebody ran down a list of the top comedy albums of all time, and Adam Sandler was number one. Crazy. Uncut Gems. I think that's it. Oh, does this one look good, Adam? Is this a legit one? I haven't seen it. I don't know. I just assume it's like him and all of the lessers from Saturday Night Live, the guys that were his buddies at the time that never really made it in the way that Adam Sandler did. Your Rob Schneiders, your David Spades. Sometimes you throw a Chris Rock in there. Chris Rock definitely has made it in a different way, but all right. Adam says it looks good, so maybe I'll stay open-minded for it. It's not a bunch of dudes in their 50s camping, right? Isn't that like typically what those movies are all about? Something like that. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, Elizabeth Olsen is trending. Elizabeth Olsen is tired of filmmakers bashing Marvel movies. Hey, I enjoy Marvel movies. I really do. I think there's a place for them. I think that there should be other kinds of movies too. I think that, there should be, we just talked about Uncut Gems. I think that there should be movies like that too, like really good movies. But hey, look, I get excited just like anybody for the new Marvel movies. And you know what? I'm in a place in my life right now on May the 10th, 2022, where I will fight for Elizabeth Olsen no matter what the hell she says. She can say just about anything, and I'm in the tank for Elizabeth Olsen. I love her. She is such an amazing little actress. Her portrayal of Wanda, if you haven't seen the first season of WandaVision, she's an amazing actress. She is just an amazing. Every episode of WandaVision from the first season, she has to depict the character of Wanda in a different style of sitcom throughout the history of American sitcoms. And she sort of becomes the lead character. Like she does an Elizabeth Montgomery play. From the episode that's all like Bewitched. She does this Elizabeth Montgomery that is perfect. Then I think she even does like an I Dream of Jeannie that is perfect. Then like a Mary Tyler Moore. Then like a Jen Aniston. I don't even know. Carol Brady, whatever it is. I'm watching this. I never really thought much of Elizabeth Olsen until I watched WandaVision. I'm like, man, this girl is a good actress. This isn't just like, her older sisters, which is so weird to say. It's so weird to think that there is a grown-ass woman, and Elizabeth Olsen is a grown-ass woman. It is so weird to think that there is a grown-ass woman out there acting whose older sisters are the Olsen twins. It's like she's the little sister of the Olsen twins, and yet she herself is a grown-ass woman. I'm an old man is basically what I'm trying to say, and I'm having difficult times sort of, rectifying that and, getting up every morning. Gets harder to get up. All right, that's it. We're done. I got nothing else to say. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. We did, 223. We did a little bit more. I cut you a little bit short yesterday. Oh my God. Listen to what my kid is listening to. How crazy is this? Yeah, my kid is doing Smart TV. This is what my kid is lifting weights to right now. That's so awesome. Oh, I've been known. I don't know where I'm going. My kid is awesome. My kid is awesome. I'm sure your kids are awesome too. But my kid has such funny musical tastes. All right, and now he's going to get mad because I'm going to have to play my John Hinckley, and that's okay. That's all right. He said to me today, he goes, when I was dropping him off at school, he goes, "Hey, are you ending your show early this week?" And I go, "Well, I ended it early yesterday because I had a lot of running around to do, and I had to pick you up from school, and I didn't know how long it would take, so I wanted to make sure that I could, I didn't want you waiting." He goes, "Oh," I go, "What? How do you know that?" And he goes, "Well, because I noticed that you played John Hinckley. You usually play it at like 2:30, 2:15, something like that, and you played it at like 1:55." I go, "Oh, yeah." I go, "Were you lifting weights?" He goes, "No, but I was getting ready and I looked and I saw that you had activated the Spotify, and then I was like, okay, so I'll wait." So he knows. He knows. He's cool with it. He's like, "Whatever, Dad." He goes, "When I'm listening to the music, if you need to bust in with a little John Hinckley, I'm cool with that. That's fine. Just, don't play anything else. Let me get back to my Snoop Dogg, or in this case, Whitesnake." He's listening to Whitesnake, which is very cool. I mean, Whitesnake isn't cool. Like, Whitesnake is kind of like a derivative metal band from the 80s, but it's cool that he is open-minded enough that he's willing to listen to that stuff. I love that he's equal parts meathead and open-minded, sort of creative, which is great. It's good. That's good. That's how you want it to be. You want to be a creative artist who won't take shit from people, who's not afraid to throw down if you have to. All right, guys, we'll be back tonight at 9:00 for Pillow Talk. It'll be me and Parker. And again, contribute to the show if you can. Please help out. That's how we run these things. We do 2 shows a day. We do the High Noon Show at noon every day. That's topics. And then we come back at 9 p.m. Central Time and we do Pillow Talk, which is more conversational. Shows will continue regardless, but your tips do help, and we appreciate you for it. It's how we do it. It's how we're able to keep doing these. You have yourself a great day. Looks like it's very hot out there. Very hot. And I'm out of here. We'll see you at 9:00 tonight. Love you all. Bye. Down the road I'll travel, far from the comfort nest. I am on a never-ending quest. Tomorrow is another day. The best is yet to come. I have found a different way, so baffling to some. I can smile a little now. Things are going